Welcome back. We're gonna do part 6 here. It's been a while. I did some upgrades on the buggy. I'll show you. So, battery switch. The main battery switch because something's drawing power when this thing's not running, and I've had the battery die a few times. So I loomed the wire going all the way back, and I redid the pedals. Those look a lot better instead of them being down here. I think they're pretty ugly. So you got your clutch, your brake, your gas, and they work pretty good. So this is kind of how I did it. It's like one giant long bar. They're split into thirds. So there's your clutch, and I'm using this for like a clutch master cylinder. And then the brakes are in the middle. And then I ordered a new master cylinder for the brake because this one, it's alright. I ordered the exact same one, but the reservoir is cracked, so it's constantly leaking. And then the gas pedal, it looks like a goddamn engineered mess, but it works. It works good. Next on the agenda for this thing is, so technically it's straight piped right now with this big exhaust. So I did some research, and these motors, they do like their back pressure. You need some kind of back pressure. So I'm gonna kind of build a silencer that slides in this exhaust, and then there's a little bolt on the outside so I can make it removable. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that sheet steel that I have. I got, what, 20 gauge? And I'm gonna make, so I'll use this for an example. I'll cut a piece, probably the same size as this, same length, out of sheet steel, and I'll bend the steel around this tube. So if this tube was steel, then I could slide it in, and it would slide over the exhaust back there. And then I'll make a lip that goes around, all the way around here, so it hugs this nice and tight. And then it'll have a little bolt or whatever on the bottom, so I can slide a little bolt in, screw it in. And then this will have a bunch of holes in it. I'll drill a bunch, like not this, but if it was metal, I'll drill a shit ton of holes in it. So once this is in there, it'll sit in. It's kind of hard to see. It's dark, but around, so the gap between this and here, I'll have a bunch of rock wool insulation in there. So as the sound comes through, it'll kind of dampen it. That's kind of how this exhaust worked that was on there. So you got your insulation in there, and then this tube that in the middle that went all the way down into here, it had a bunch of holes in it. So that's pretty much, I'm going to do the exact same. Yeah, I really wish I didn't, like this exhaust, this M4 exhaust that was on the bike, really wish I didn't cut the end off and take all the insulation out and, you know, wreck it. I ruined it because I should have looked it up before I did that, because this little exhaust that it came with was like $500-600 Canadian. So I just screwed it up. I just completely fucked it. But we'll make a silencer, and at least with this exhaust, I make my own silencer. It's gonna have its own tone, right? Like it's gonna sound different than, you know, any other aftermarket exhaust. So it'll sound different. It'll be cool. So I think I'm gonna cut a piece of sheet metal to this, wrap it around there, try my best to wrap it around. Sure how easy it'll be to bend this around here, but I pushed on it a little bit like that. It kind of held its shape pretty nice. So I wonder if I just manhandle it a bit. Oh. Not bad. Come on. Come on. Oh. Alright, I got a kind of a half-ass circle. I just gotta weld it all and then drill a crap ton of holes. Alright, I got it welded. It's alright. It's a little deformed from the heat, but it doesn't have to be a perfect circle. It's going inside anyway. I gotta cut a piece that's will hug this nice and tight, and I'm gonna weld it onto here like a little plate, round plate. I'm not looking forward to drilling a million holes in this. It'll take forever, but oh well. Alright, I cut this little piece out. Now I'm just gonna weld it on there, and then it's a little big, so I'll have to trim it a little bit so it'll just slide right in there. Yeah, I'm gonna weld this up real quick and then we'll see if she fits in there. Alright, looks good enough for an exhaust. It's not perfect. I kept blowing holes through. Alright, I kind of grinded the top, so it made it look a little better. Cut out the inside hole. So I marked this line, this is the top. So when it slides in, slides in nice. There's a little gap around there, but that's okay. They'll be filled with insulation. So yeah, that's not bad. Fits in there nice. So now, I'm gonna drill a million holes in this. Alright, I got all these holes drilled. That felt like it took forever. So on the inside there's lots of little burrs, but I think I'm gonna leave them burrs, leave them like that. Like that looks pretty sweet. So when you slide it in, just looks mean. It looks like something you don't really want to put your pecker in. It's pretty sweet. So then I need to go get some rock wool insulation, which is like this. And I'm just gonna get a sheet of it, and I'm just gonna kind of wrap it around the whole thing like that. So one layer wrapped around, and then when you slide it in, I'll make a little bracket on the bottom here. So I have a little bolt on the bottom, so it stays in there. All right, I got some bad news. I couldn't find any insulation that would work, or that is good enough or high enough temperature. So I just had some exhaust wrap. So I just wrapped it twice in exhaust wrap. I just got a zip tie holding it on right now. I just went over with some high temp paint to kind of hold it together, and then I'm gonna put some metal wire around there so it all stays in one place. And then I slid it in there and tried it. It does silence it, but I want it a little quieter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut I want to weld this on. I gotta make another top piece here, and then I want to be able to put this on here, the tip. It just downsizes it, and it actually makes a pretty big difference with this tip on there. So I'll get this put on, and then I'll show you a before and after of how it sounds. All right, check that out. Got this bolted on. I got a bunch of wire, metal wire around there so that exhaust wrap doesn't unravel or anything. And then down there you can see that little hole. I welded a little bolt onto here, so when I slide it in, it should line up with that hole. Oh, come on, get in there, bitch. I just had it in there, man. I just had it in there. God damn shit. First time I put it in there, it went in nice. Now I'm struggling with it. I'm gonna make that hole a little bigger. All right, let's try this again. Okay, I can see it. If I just slide it in. Ooh, did it slide in? Oh, look at that. Oh, buddy, look at that. So then I just put a nut and washer on there. I'll show you before and after. So this is without the silencer in. I think that's a pretty big difference. So if I really want it to be loud, I can just pull it out, be loud, but I'm probably gonna leave it in there. It's freaking hair back. So that's done. Now I actually ordered some rock lights from Amazon, some 10 rock lights. So that'll be here in a few days. So we'll continue this video in a few days, and we're gonna load this thing full of rock lights and get her all lit. It's gonna be lit. You know what I'm saying? Actually, it doesn't look that bad. It looks like a little fucking rocket. Because it is a rocket. Actually, I think we'll save the rock lights for the next video. This video is already pretty long. So yeah, if you guys haven't liked or subscribed yet, I'm almost at 200 subscribers. So thank you guys for that. That's awesome. But if you haven't liked this video, share it. See you in the next video. If it's not broken, don't fix it. But if it's not upgraded, upgrade it. I like my things loud, but you know, I think a silencer is, it's a good thing. I can take it out if I want it louder, but pretty deadly. We'll see you guys later.